What is going on, guys? Back with another video. Today I'll be bringing another DIY video, so you guys really like that. I personally like to do DIY videos for cheap to make the car look better. So I'll be working on my 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer GT today. What we'll be doing is we'll be replacing the side markers. So as you can tell from factory, these side markers are just, clear. I previously had them in yellow tint, but I recently removed it because I wanted to change up the color scheme of the car. So I went ahead and tinted it. So I already did the passenger side. As you guys can tell, it is little tinted compared to the other side, and that's what I want to do, just a slight tint to make it look a little more aggressive. So for this install, there's just a few things you need. So of course you need the vinyl wrap itself. I went with a really thin, almost transparent tint, so it's just slightly darker. It's clear. You can go with yellow, you can go neochrome, you can go with any color you like. You can get this off Amazon or eBay. If you like, I can leave the link to this on the description. And then you also need like a heat gun or a hairdryer in my case, since I don't have one. And then some painter's tape to mask out the car, as well as a pen knife and a card. Any business card will work. And then also a microfiber towel. Alright, so first things first, you're going to want to spray it down with some quick detailer and go ahead and wipe it down with a microfiber towel. Just make sure your surface that you are working with is clean. Definitely don't want any debris trapped in there whenever you vinyl wrap it. So just go ahead and wipe it down, make sure it's real clean and dry, and you have a clean surface area to work with. Alright, so once that is done, you're going to go ahead and mask out the surrounding areas so that whenever you cut it with the pen knife, you wouldn't scratch the side mirror itself. So I'm just using some painter's tape to mask it out. You can get your painter's tape at any local Home Depot, Lowe's, AutoZone. Many parts store would have painter's tape. It is safe to be used on your paint. You wouldn't, take off any paint on your side mirror, so you're safe. So now that you have already masked it out, you can go ahead and measure and cut out the vinyl that you need. So for me, I already went ahead and measured it. I just need this chunk right here. Always want to cut out more than you need. So over here, I'm going to cut out this whole chunk. I have a lot more access to play around with. So just go ahead and cut it out. And now that you've cut out this portion, you can go ahead and remove the plastic lining. So usually on vinyl wrap, there's plastic lining on the bottom and on the top of the vinyl. So I'm removing the bottom part, which is the sticky part, and I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun or hair dryer in my case to heat it down so that it'll be more sticky. And once you heat it up and it's sticky enough, you're gonna just lay it flat down. Make sure you have extra adhesive on both sides so that you can always stretch the vinyl if you need to. So at this point, I'm just gonna lay it flat first on the flattest surface with most contact area. So it's just this part. And sometimes if you have a glove, that would help. In my case, I don't, so I'm just gonna use my microfiber towel to lay it flat. So what I'm gonna do is use my heat gun or hair dryer, just heat it up. Make sure this vinyl sticks real good after some heat. So you heat it, heat it, and cool it. I'll show you guys that process. So I'm gonna do this portion by portion. So I already used the heat gun a few times, ran it over, make sure both sides are tucked in. The back side I'm gonna do it later, but for now I'm gonna use a pen knife, cut it, release some air, and continue tucking it in. So now that I already cut this portion, I'm gonna work on the back part where the curves are. As you can tell over here, the vinyl is kind of, you know, wrinkly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my heat gun, go ahead and heat it up. So once I heat it up, I'm gonna use one hand to heat it up and another hand to stretch the vinyl and place it down. So once that is done, you can go ahead and cut the final part and remove the vinyl. So when you tear it off, be very careful because sometimes some edges might still be stuck to the vinyl wrap. So remove it slowly. And this is when you want to do some final touches. So any parts that's not tucked in, you're going to use the hairdryer or heat gun, heat it up and tuck it in. And now that that is done, you're just gonna remove your 3M painter's tape. So whenever you remove it, just be careful because you don't want to rip off that vinyl by accident. So just be careful. Just ripping it off part by part right now. And whenever you're done ripping it off, you just want to you can heat it up again. Just make sure that vinyl's on there. Tuck it in if you have to, because sometimes that painter's tape, you know, is just blocking your vinyl. So do any last minute touches. Alright, it is all good to go. So let me know what you guys think. I personally think it's a really subtle difference that improves the look of the car. Leave a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.